Okay, now we animate the door. I click on play. You can see we have no animation in the moment. The auto frame here I will animate over the sweep object tab. Over the single end growth parameter, for example, you can animate the door frame, but I will show you how you can animate this on both sides together. So there's a trick. Please copy this sweep NURBS object, and I rename this to right, and I rename this to left. Okay. And now for start and for the end growth, I type in here 50%. So also here. And I do this also for the right sweep NURB object. And now you can see we have here a single element in the middle. And here on the right side, I choose the end growth up to 100 and on the left side to 0. Great, right? So now let us set the first keyframes. Get sure you are on frame 0. And I set here the first keyframes. I bring the slider up to frame 12 and I type in here 0 and set the next keyframes. And now we have this animation. Now I select the right sweep NURB object, set the first keyframes, bring also the slider to frame 12 and set here by 100% the next keyframe. And now look at that. Isn't that amazing? So now I select both sweep NURB objects, bring the slider to frame 0 and make both objects here invisible on this frame. So set the keyframes, I bring the slider to frame 1 and make it visible again. Okay. So now we have this animation. Now I select the cube and rename the cube to door. Now let us animate the door over the coordinates tab here in the Y direction. So I type in 0, set the first keyframe. On frame 0 I make the door here invisible, and on frame 1 I make it visible again. Alright, I bring the frame slider to frame 12 and in the coordinates tab in Y I type in 1 and set here the next keyframe, and now look at that. Great. Now let us animate the door handle. If you want, rename the sphere. On frame 0 I make it invisible and on frame 1 I make it visible again, like so. Okay, also on frame 1 I will animate the growing in X, Y and Z direction. I type in 0 and set the first keyframe on frame 1. Now I bring the slider up to frame 12 and type in 1, 1, 1 and set here the next keyframe. And now we have this animation. Isn't that amazing? Really cool. Now I go into the timeline and enable here the dope sheet mode. I select the sphere and move the sphere keyframes up to frame 13. So the animation from the door handle starts on frame 13, and now look at this. Really cool. I open now the timeline again and add here the cartoony effect, you know. So I move both handles together, and now look at that. Really cool. So please recreate now this by yourself. See you in the next lection. Bye.